Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the show. And welcome to a Sunday stream. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever time it is, whatever day it is. I hope that the weekend is treating you well. And welcome once again to the Donkey Show. Wait, what? But thanks for joining me once again on the Bezos TV for some more hot Marine on Wayback action in some MENACE. That is early access, to be clear. But good to see you. Glad to have you. Glad to see everybody showing up again on a Sunday stream. It has been a whole ass week since the last time we got together for some bad tactical decisions. And again, I'm glad to see the donkeys, new and old, coming out to join us on a Sunday or a Monday if you're living in the land of Oz or somewhere else on that side of the planet. But once again, good to see you. Glad to have you. Glad to be here. Because I was dealing with a bout of insomnia earlier this week. And I finally got a decent night's sleep last night. And so feeling pretty good about it. Feeling pretty good about it. Didn't have to drink myself to sleep. Didn't have to take pills. Just laid down and fucking went to sleep. And it was a whole ass thing. Like, trust me, chat, I've said before, I've been dealing with insomnia for a long ass time. Probably half of my adult life, I have been dealing with insomnia. And I'm not the only one, it would seem. Maybe, look, I'm not into horoscopes and shit, but maybe it's like the alignment of the planets or something. Like, I don't know. A lot of people that are dealing with insomnia in their life have been dealing with it this week. I know I'm not the only one. So, but yeah, I don't know. It's, it was good to get a decent night's sleep for a change. And so we are ready to go. We are ready. Well, I am ready. Maybe you're not ready. I don't know. You gotta work on that. Anyway, chat, let's get into the news. There's not a whole lot of news from me this week. I will say, just to start off with, for those of you that have been watching the Discord, by the way, definitely join the Discord if you haven't done that. You can get the link to the Discord by typing in !Discord in the chat. Anybody has access to do that, and you can absolutely join us. But for those that were on the Discord, you may have seen that I've been playing a little bit of Resi 9 last night. I was doing some hobby time, okay? So let me back up a little bit. I was doing some hobby time last night. And I was working on my last box of Sisters of Battle, because they're Sisters of Battle, not Adeptus Trademarkius. You can shove that shit right back up your ass. They're Sisters of Battle. I still had one box in my pile of shame, and so I started working on them just as, you know, a little bit of hobby time. And in the process of working on the conversion, I ended up cutting my finger, well, my thumb specifically, and it wasn't a bad cut, but I ended up cutting my thumb, and as a knee-jerk reaction, just kind of like whipped my hand out of the way. Okay. And when I did, I swatted my bottle of Tamiya extra thin model glue all over the place. It went all over the desk, all over the floor, all over the little table that I have next to the desk. So, yeah. Hobby time didn't last very long last night because that was the only bottle of glue that I have other than super glue. And I don't work on plastic models with super glue because no. And unfortunately, as I said in the Discord, my local hobby joint is closed on Sundays and Mondays. So I'm not even going to be able to get glue until later this week. So yeah. It's kind of disappointing because I was looking forward to working on some hobby. Anyway, because hobby time was cut abruptly short last night, I instead decided to finally crack the seal on Resident Evil 9 and start playing some of that. And I gotta say, so far, I am enjoying it. I know that at this point, most people have already finished the game like 8 fucking times and unlocked everything and all this and that. I don't have that much time in my personal life, so I figured, hey, I'd sit down and play some Resident Evil 9. And yeah, so far I'm enjoying it. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I like so far I like the attention to detail. In the animations, in the textures and the models and everything. I will say, I don't know how it's gonna change over the course of the game or if it's going to change over the course of the game. I don't mind Grace as a character except for one thing, and it is the stutter that she has. And the reason that I say that is because the voice actress that is doing the stutter is doing it like every single sentence that comes out of her mouth, including the lines that she's saying in isolation. So, no, I understand Wasteland, don't get me wrong. But here's the thing. As somebody that has spent time around folks that have like nervous tics and things like that, like once you're kind of in your element and you've gotten used to it, most people will calm down to the point where they can function normally. The issue that I have is that, like, I'm not criticizing video games for having characters talk to themselves. I'm a streamer on the internet. I'm talking to nobody, but you guys are hearing it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's weird when you think about it to just sit in a room by yourself just speaking as if other people were hearing it. And I'm okay with video game characters that do that. But the fact that she stutters even in her solo moments, like talking to herself or internal monologue, if you will, is a little grating to me, and I don't know. I hope that as the game goes on, she starts to get a little more comfortable and tones down the stutter. But aside from that, like I'm good with Grace as a character. I was not entirely sure how I was gonna feel about her, being a new character to the series, except not really because the the scared, short-haired, blonde waif is not exactly a unique character type in the Resident Evil series. So I wasn't sure how I was gonna feel about Grace, but she's okay for now. Again, as long as she doesn't stutter her way through the entire game, I think I'll probably give her a thumbs up as far as a character addition to the series. I think it's because she's particularly anxious, not that experience is pretty much a stay-at-home weave. No. Again, I get that. Like, again, for what it's worth, I understand that particular part of the character development. I'm simply saying from a gameplay experience, perspective, it gets a little grating after a while. The Japanese also just like blonde-haired people. Capcom keeps inserting them in Street Fighter. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not... I'm not gonna tell you don't make the things that you like in a video game. I'm simply saying the short-haired blonde waif is 100% a Resident Evil stereotype. Like, holy shit, there's a laundry list of characters that fit that description in the Resident Evil series. And I'm not saying that those are the only characters in the game, but I was a little bit disappointed when I was like, oh, we've never seen this type of character before when the very first trailer came out. And I was like, there it is. There it is. Anyway, long story short, been liking Resi 9 so far. Hopefully I continue to like it. I'm not 100% sure how I feel about this Victor guy and his definitely not trying to do a Heath Ledger's Joker impression. But we'll see. Maybe it'll grow on me. Maybe it'll grow on me. In any case, liking Resi 9 so far. We'll see if I still have the same opinion by the time I finish it. But we will see. Aside from that, chat, moving on in the news. Obviously want to talk a little bit about Helldivers, but I'm not gonna talk about the thing. As far as I'm aware, there hasn't been any significant news in the whole debacle of the challenge thing. But there seems to be now some scuttlebutt in the community because I guess somebody recently did a post about essentially how Helldivers 2 has become a free-to-play game. Like, it's basically just a free-to-play game with free-to-play economy and mechanics. And it didn't used to be that way. And I don't know if it's just because I was drinking the Kool-Aid, because, again, I still like Helldivers 2 in spite of everything that's going on around it. But once somebody said it, like once somebody actually vocalized it and put it into words, I was like, holy shit, you're right. Because within the first year of the game, like, they were giving out stratagems, they were giving out capes and armor and weapons and all this other stuff. But now that we're like fully into and moving beyond the second year of the game, basically 99% of the content is locked behind premium war bonds. And somebody did the math and came out with, like, in order to buy all of the war bonds that are currently available, in other words, in order to get access to all of the content in Helldivers without having to spend extra or without having to grind, you would have to spend $450 to get all of the content. For clarity, Total Warhammer, a game which is actually 3 games and about 500 DLCs, clocks in at around $500 to get access to all of the content in the game. So when I took a step back and kind of looked at it, I was like, holy shit, I didn't realize how bad this was until somebody said something. And having realized that, I was already kind of on the fence, but I think officially now I'm done with Helldivers. At least in its current iteration. I feel like the game has been going in the wrong direction for a while now, and I just, like, I had already invested time and money into it, and I was having fun. I still do have fun when I play it, but I think I was looking the other way on a lot of things that I would normally be very cognizant of. And so I think personally I'm going to be done with Helldivers unless unless there's some kind of major course correction in the future, I don't. I think I'm done with it. And I hate to say that because again, I do like the game, and I like most of the community, but the way things have been going lately, I think it's not worth it anymore. It's just not. And as much as I hate to say that, like, it is 100% on the development team and certain elements of the community that have kind of pushed me to this point.
Okay.
And to highlight what a Helldivers content creator had said recently, it feels like every time Helldivers has course corrected or attempted to course correct, they weren't doing it because they actually wanted to do it. They were doing it because somebody at Sony or Tencent had put a boot on their neck and said, hey, we're losing money and you need to fix it. So, again, if that's the case, then so be it. So I hate to say it, but I think I'm done with Helldivers at this point. I mean, I'm still going to be a fan of the franchise. I enjoyed the first game. I still enjoy the second game. But given the direction that the game is going and the direction that the studio is trying to go, I think the game's best days are behind it at this point.
Okay.
So yeah, that's a little bit depressing, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Let me see. Next thing on my list of gaming news today, I've got. Hold on. What? Oh no, wait, never mind. That was. Sorry, chat. It was a different note. I wrote a different note to myself. Also heard that Arrowhead keeps commissioning other studios and developers to make 3D models for the enemies. Oh no, it's worse than that, Legendary Seahorse. So recently it came out that apparently the entire Illuminate faction was outsourced to another company. And I don't just mean, like, the models. I mean the AI, the balancing, the mechanics. Like, the entirety of the Illuminate faction was outsourced to a different company. And not only did they not disclose that, they didn't even give credit to the studio that did it. Which, in hindsight, actually makes perfect sense, because when you think about how badly the Illuminate faction fits into the game, like, it suddenly makes a lot of sense. I'm like, oh, that's why it feels like playing against the Illuminate is playing a completely different game, because it was made by a completely different team. It makes perfect sense now. And then, of course, you know, the finding out that, like, the Arrowhead themselves have admitted, like, we don't have a balance team. Like, there is no team that works on balance. The developers, like, the people who make the guns just do the balance for the guns. The people who make the enemies just do the balance for the enemies. And it's like, oh, okay, that's why nothing works the way that it should. That's why balance is garbage in the game, because there's no team that's taking, like, a big picture view of the game to make sure that it all fits together. It's just one or two people that are like, oh, I think this gun should have this damage, without really thinking about it, throwing it out there to the community and then waiting for the feedback in order to figure out how they should balance it. The Illuminate were in the first Helldivers. Yeah, they were. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that Helldiver... Okay, I'm not saying that Arrowhead didn't come up with the idea for the Illuminate. Like, obviously, that's part of the franchise. What I mean is the actual development of the Illuminate in Helldivers 2, the code, the models, the texture, the AI package, all the mechanics and every part, like, all of the stuff that actually went into the game was created by a third-party studio. Like, not to say that the third-party studio came up with the idea of the Illuminate, but that third-party studio did all of the development to implement the Illuminate in the game. And unfortunately, that's a lot of my criticisms about Helldivers have kind of been this, now that the honeymoon is over, now that I've stopped drinking the Kool-Aid, and I'm looking back with fresh eyes on the game, I'm like, holy shit, how did I not see this? Like, and it's I'm gonna be honest, chat, it's kind of made me rethink who I am, because I've usually been very critical of games, even games that I enjoy. And I've usually, or at least I thought I had a pretty good eye for picking out bullshit when it comes to gaming and game mechanics and things like that. But like, looking back on the way that I've kind of just given Helldivers a pass because I was enjoying it, has kind of I'm a little bit shook about it, to be honest, because I thought I was past that point in my life as a gamer. Like, I thought I was past the point where I could just blindly accept whatever the game gave me and be happy for it. Like, so like I'm rethinking my own critical thinking skills, because clearly there was a lapse in judgment there. And I guess it's because I desperately miss the days of like playing games with the boys and having this giant collaborative experience where like I'm playing a game that all of my friends play and everybody knows about, like the days of Halo, the days of Battlefield, even the days of Call of Duty, that back during like the Black Ops days. Like, I miss those days of like just having that water cooler game that everybody could talk about and enjoy together. And Helldivers 2 was that game for a long time, and then we slowly started to see the cracks. And so like for me, it's not just giving up Helldivers 2, it's also giving up that feeling of community and belonging and shared struggle. So yeah, I have feelings, chat. I have feelings. Anyway, Chad, moving on to other things. Let's talk about Jeff Kaplan, chat. Let's talk about Jeff Kaplan and the sob story that he's now trying to tell everybody about how, woe is me, the board of directors came to me and said, oh, if Overwatch doesn't make $1 bajillion, we're gonna fire a bunch of people and blame it on you. At least that's his story. Yeah, for those that don't know, Jeff Kaplan used to be like the head honcho on the Overwatch team back during the first game's development. And he's recently done an interview where he came out and basically said, he's telling this whole sob story about how, the executive sat him down in a room and said, if we don't make a bunch of money, we're going to fire like half the team and we're going to blame you for it and all this. And for those that don't know, Jeff Kaplan, number one, was involved in, or was at least implicated in, a lot of the stuff that was going on at Blizzard. Not to say that he was directly involved, but at least as far as I'm aware, he knew what was going on and kind of just chose to ignore it and do nothing about it, which to me is just as bad, if not worse, than collaboration. If you know there's a crime going on and you just ignore it, that to me is just as bad. But regardless, the man has kind of fallen from grace amongst his fans. And again, he's
Okay.
now in this interview, I guess, trying to change the narrative so that he was just a victim of the C-suite rather than acknowledging his role in hyping up things like the Overwatch League and the competitive scene and all this other stuff that, one, took away time and money from the development of the actual game, and two, eventually led to the first game kind of cratering. And so it's one of those things where I kind of look at it and I'm like, isn't it a little too late for damage control, my guy? Like, your career's already basically over. Did you think that doing an interview with somebody and just crying woe is me and blaming some executives was gonna make it all better and suddenly you wouldn't have this giant black stain on your reputation? Um and so yeah, for me it's kind of like too little too late. Like I was soured on Jeff Kaplan a long time ago. And this just feels like him trying to posthumously salvage his career by blaming somebody else. He might have had an NDA. Well, here's the thing, Mook. Like, he doesn't actually say anything of substance. Like, I could understand if he was under an NDA and now he's like blowing the lid off of this thing, but he doesn't mention names. He doesn't mention times. There's no specifics in his testimony other than, oh no, they did a bad thing. And it's like, again, you were part of that team. You were part of that club. And that's my thing, is that this feels like an attempt to like distance himself from all of the negative press that got handed down as a result of all the shit going on at Blizzard and at Activision in general. And because he was implicated in that, I feel like this is now, again, a posthumous attempt to try to distance himself from that. Because obviously the man has probably had a lot of trouble finding work in the industry. And so he's trying to rehabilitate his career now that some of the hubbub has died down a little bit. And for me, it's like, nah, dude, I remember. I absolutely remember. I did not forget, and I'm not going to. One of the things that ironically carried Overwatch is the Rule 34 community. I mean, listen. Blizzard knew what they were doing when they designed those characters. And I'll simply say that building your game for the porn community is absolutely a viable strategy. If you don't believe me, look no further than Stellar Blade. Look no further than Baldur's Gate 3, which, don't get me wrong, is a great game. Love Baldur's Gate 3, but they knew what they were doing. They designed every single character in that game to be a fucking thirst trap, and they know it. So, again, sex absolutely sells, and when you cater to the smut market, you guarantee popularity for your game long beyond its lifespan. So, just throwing that out there. Just throwing that out there. Anyway, moving on from Jeff Kaplan, because he's a piece of shit, and I don't like him, and I don't really want to talk about him. Let's talk about Dave the Diver, chat. In case you didn't know, Dave the Diver, I don't know if it's indie or if it counts as double A. I'm going to call it an indie game. The indie game in which you both scuba dive for fish and also then use those fish to run a sushi restaurant is getting a DLC, which it's what is it called? It's called Into the Jungle or something like that. Anyway, it's going to be a DLC in which you go to a jungle environment and deal with all of the different things that come along with that. And specifically, the trailer seems to have a dinosaur in it, or at least it looks like a mosasaurus. Yes, that's right. I know dinosaur things. Not 100% sure where they're going to go with that. But I did. So listen, I have never played Dave the Diver. I wanted to play Dave the Diver, but I never, like, at the time that the game came out, I was unemployed, couldn't really afford to buy games, so I just didn't. But now that there's a DLC coming out for it, I'm kind of debating on whether to take the plunge. Because again, they're probably gonna do a sale for the DLC, and so I'm like, maybe now is the time. Maybe now is the time. Mosa are not a dinosaur, I think. I mean, I thought they were. I was under the impression that the Mosasaurus was, in fact, a dinosaur, because it is, at least from what we know, part of the reptilian family, not a fish. It was just, as so many other things during that period of time, it was just a aquatic fish. In much the same way that, like, a whale is an aquatic mammal, like the Mosasaurus was just an aquatic dinosaur. I could be wrong. Could be 100% wrong. Dinos and our reptiles. Okay, that's fair. Semantics, though. Like, yes, at this point, that is the science community, collectively is in agreement that dinosaurs probably share more in common with birds than lizards. I'm aware, but I'm throwing stuff out there. You fucking semantic assholes. Like, yes, okay. I get it. But you know what I meant. Even if I didn't specifically say the very specific thing. Like, I know that some of you are autistic about this. I apologize. Settle down. Settle down. It'll be okay. But yeah, so Dave the Diver getting a DLC taking place in a jungle. We'll have to see how it goes. It'll be interesting to see how we deal with, piranhas and alligators and, well, maybe crocodiles or something else. We'll see. Again, don't know a whole lot about it other than what I saw in the trailer, but I'm thinking maybe it's time. Maybe it's time to take the plunge, no pun intended, and actually try out Dave the Diver for a little bit. I don't know. We will see. We will see, chat. I don't like, even if I do buy it, I may not play it on stream, but I'm like, Dave the Diver is a very chill game. Anyway, chat, here we are back in the Wayback, back in the TCR in Impetus, and ready to get back into another operation. Now, last time we left off, we have 3 operations. One on Snow Planet against the Rogue Army, one on Jungle Planet against, I'm sorry, this is the Desert Planet versus pirates, and then one on Forest Planet against pirates. I think I had kind of decided last time around that I wanted to do one on Backbone, because we did a lot of Snow Planet and Desert Planet, and I wanted to mix it up by going to the Forest Planet. What did we fight last? Bugs? No, I think it was Rogue Army last time. I think Rogue Army is who we fought last time. And, again, just for the record, I forget who I gave it to. Who did I give it to? Did I get... here we go. This is the toy that we got last time around, and we gave it to Carta. This is the XL1A14, an advanced weapon designed by Wayland Yutani that delivers high-energy bursts with extreme accuracy. Shots from this weapon easily cut through conventional body armor, but do not compromise the armor's stability itself, making this weapon a gift to its users, but of little help for other allies. It's basically a Hellgun. It's basically a Hellgun. Chat tells me it's very good against most enemies, but Apparently not very good against John Menace. But thankfully John Menace hasn't shown up yet, so it's kind of a moot point. Aside from that, we've also got a lot of ship upgrades. We don't have many points left, many OCI points, but we're working on it. We're working on it. There are less holes in the ship than there were before. And Ernst has put up a poll, so if you don't see it, refresh your stream. You should see it at the top of the chat box. And you guys can put in your votes about who you want to go blow up. Again, we got forest, desert, and snow planets. Regardless of which enemies we're fighting. For me, it's a biome thing. Like, I don't particularly care who we're fighting. I just like to mix up the biomes, because, like, it gets boring when you just fight on a desert all the time. It gets boring when you fight on an ice planet all the time. So for me, it's like, hey, let's try to mix up the scenery. But you guys make the decision. Again, democracy only works when you engage with it. So give it a shot. Let's see. And then I have to thank Dragon9 for subscribing for a 7th month. Thank you, Dragon9, for 7 months of continued support in the cult of bad tactical decisions. Snugglefred says, anyone know if they have a roadmap published for this game? Curious if the other 3 planets in the solar system will end up getting factions. They did, in fact, publish a roadmap, but it's a very vague roadmap. There are no dates or anything on it. But they did kind of outline this, like, the content that they intend to add in the future. So yes, there is a roadmap. It is on the Steam page. It's a lot of stuff that we kind of already knew, which is adding some stuff to the narrative, adding new squad leaders, trying to add more interactions for those squad leaders based on where you are in the story. So yes, there's definitely a roadmap out there if you want to look it up. And Hell's Razor choosing to get themselves on the duty roster. I will say, the list is a lot shorter than it used to be. There have been some casualties. Enjoying Mr. Streamer's Dwemer playthrough and RimWorld he's currently doing. See, I haven't had a lot of time recently, so unfortunately I have not been watching his latest series. I definitely need to catch up on that, so I kind of feel guilty about it. Let's see. Chat has chosen to fight on the forest planet. To go fight for Space North Korea. So we will absolutely get that underway. And Swiftdraw gifted a sub to Scorched Blade as well. Thank you, Swiftdraw, for yet another gifted sub. And Scorched Blade, welcome back into the cult of bad tactical decisions. Alright, the backbone it is. So we're going to thwart an invasion. A large pirate fleet secretly gathered over the past months while amassing ships. This is atypical for pirates, but the goals are lofty. The invasion plans to loot as much as possible until dispersing again. Already, local forces are overwhelmed and need our help. Well, why does Space North Korea need our help? They're always bitching every time we help them, as if we've somehow made the wrong decision. Now all of a sudden they need our help? Fuck you, Space North Korea. Anyway, let's start the operation. Let's see what we got. So we got a Seas GTAM site. Additional supply drop on each mission for the rest of this operation. I would absolutely take some additional supply. Oh, no, wait, supply drop. That's the support thing. That's a different thing. And then let's see. Vehicles get repaired 25 to 33% between missions, and 1 or 2 defects get removed. I mean, that would be really good if not for the fact that we already have Repair Bay 2. So neither one of these is going to be super useful. Let's see what we've got for the next options. This one is gain a random pirate vehicle or vehicle weapon. Could be good. Or gain 1 medevac off-map ability. It's an addition, so up to 100%. I mean, it's better than a supply drop I'm not gonna use, in my opinion. So let's see. Local forces, vehicle repair depot has been earmarked as a prime target of the invading pirates. Their goal is to destroy as many vehicles as possible before they can be deployed to combat units. Protect the depot and safeguard the vehicles. So it's a defense mission. We're trying to do it without structures getting destroyed. We're trying to do it without losing anybody and trying to keep the objective control high. I'm good with that. Let's plan out the mission, chat. Let me see. So we have a little bit lower supply limit than we did previously, so we're probably gonna have to reduce some of our squads here. Man, the crazy Russian is alright, here's what we'll do. I think we remove J.G. Wentworth. And then we add some folks. Oh no. Shit. Oh, right. Little Willie. I forget. He's not a regular in the channel, so I forgot about that. So let me see. Since Darby's not doing anything, I'm gonna take some people off of her squad. Oh, shit. Alright, well, Postal Trot's not tagging along on this one, I guess. Could we add Mr. Jesus? We could, in fact, add Mr. Jesus. We can take 2 vehicles on this one, chat. And that's a first for us. So we take a radar vehicle for absolutely no reason? Just for fun? Do we have enough? We do have enough. If I was gonna add one more... Yeah, that's too much. Okay. Let me see... You get out of here. There we go. Alright, so we gotta defend. Actually, chat, now that I'm thinking about it, it might be better to put a different weapon on Mr. Jesus. Only because while the radar could be useful, my fear is we're gonna need more guns. So I'm debating... Oh, well, never mind. We can't take the autocannon. So we gotta take the laser. Because the only other option is the flamethrower, and it doesn't have a lot of ammo. So I think we take the laser. And there we go. We're 20 points short. I'm halfway regular. I take my fiber. I mean... So, listen, Little Willie. I don't know if it... I feel like it was not you that was on the list. It might have been you, but I think it was Little Willie 42. Because I'm weird like that, and I have a brain that retains details. But now that you say that, it's even more interesting to me that we now apparently have had 2 people in the chat with variations on the name Little Willie. Again, I would assume that you couldn't waterboard that out of most men, but... One and the same. Oh, you changed your name. Well, then excuse me all the hell. I apologize. It'd be good for finding where to defend from, but otherwise mostly useless. Yeah, and that's my fear, is bringing the radar would be kind of useful, but I feel like an extra gun would be more useful. Let me see. I gotta thank Caridimus for resubscribing for a 3rd month, saying, hello all, been a while, as my schedule has been wonky. How goes? We're trying to get into our first operation before the 2-hour mark, and right now it's not looking good. So let's see, we got a big-ass building in the middle. But thankfully, the only zone we need to defend is over here because, like, this building covers the back half of the deployment zone. So I think we put an APC here. We put an APC here. Because they'll probably be coming in vehicles, I think we put Carta on the backside. And Tech has got what? Oh, he's got that rifle. Okay. So I think we put Tech over here with the vehicle, and then we put Yaz back here on the backside as well. And we'll just have to hope that's good enough. Okay, let me double check, make sure we got everybody upgraded with as much stuff as we possibly can. Alright, Chad, let's get underway. Might want some AT. I mean, we got AT. We got Carta with the rocket launcher, and we've also got Tech with the AMR. Plus, we have Rewa with the autocannon, and we have Mr. Jesus with the laser. So, Carta's weary, is she? Shit. Well, that's not great. Yeah, that's not great at all. Maybe we put in JG Wentworth. Give him the rocket launcher. Let's see, what else could we possibly give him? I give him some ammo. I mean, maybe Darby's the better choice. Go with Darby, give her the AT just in case we need it. And then we can up her squad count. So if we're not gonna take Carta, how's that? Oh my goodness. We are way over the limit. Never mind, hold on. Let me remove you and add you. I mean, we're still over the limit. So we'll drop Volfina for now. And that'll get us under the limit. Darby's expensive. She is, but she's also very good at what she does. I think we try it out, Chad. Let's see what happens. Eyes open. Oh, wonderful. It's a night mission. Well, this is just getting better and better.
Eyes and ears.
All right.
As God wills it.
As God wills it. Well, thank you for the enthusiasm, Mr. Jesus. Give me a 180 here so that we can have you face in the correct direction.
Okay.
Tech, I think you're fine where you are, so just go ahead and get down for some additional cover, and then end your turn.
Let 'em make it.
And here they come. I mean, I feel like we're probably not gonna hit them. Chat, what do you think? It's a pirate chain gun team, so we're not gonna have to do a whole lot of damage to actually kill them. But I wonder if the autocannon or the machine gun is gonna be better. And Jay Race, first time chatter, says Darby is just flat out one of the best infantry units in the game. Yeah, I mean, she's very, very good. But I think that's also owing to her being one of the only 3-star infantry units. And Urs gifting a sub right away to Jay Race. Thank you, Urs, for the gifted sub, and Jay, welcome into the cult of bad tactical decisions, where we have only one flavor of Kool-Aid, but it is Ecto Cooler. Alright, we'll do both. We'll do an autocannon shot and then a machine gun shot. Okay. Maybe autocannon again. We almost blew this thing up. There we go. That's a vehicle down. I'm gonna go ahead and move this way. I want to put Reiwa over here. So I'm gonna start moving her in that direction. Okay, yes, just get down. Hold what you got. Okay, there we go. Darby, you go ahead and crouch, and then give him the business. And that's the end of the laser truck. Outstanding work. Let me see. Tech. And your turn. I'm waiting to see if they're gonna wander up again like they've been doing.
What?
Okay, Reiwa, get moving in this direction so that you are ready in the event that more vehicles come from this side. Okay, good thing too. Let's see. No. Oh. Yes, I don't... Yeah, I was gonna say, you're not gonna be able to hit them, so just hold what you got, buddy.
Orders?
You're not quite close enough. Let's see about Reiwa. Because we got a side armor hit if we hit.
Bring bigger guns.
I mean, that's the biggest gun you got, girl. Okay, what are you gonna do? Oh yes, please get closer.
Orders?
Like, you're making this easy on me, buddy. I don't know. I want Mr. Jesus. Ah, dang it. Alright, if we move forward a little bit. Now can we see him? We cannot see him. Why are we blocked line of sight? What is actually blocked? It's fine.
Let me have them.
I mean, we will. Just settle down. These trucks are fucking scary. I mean, I believe it.
About time.
Oh, boarding commando. Where are they at? If he's over here talking smack. Oh, he dismounted from the vehicle. Got it. I mean, it's dark, so you're probably not gonna hit shit, but go ahead and take the shot. Okay, well, I stand corrected. I stand corrected. Okay, we got another truck rolling up. Alright, so first things first. Reiwa. Oh, wait, never mind. I kind of feel like I want to rotate Yaz down here, because there definitely seem to be more enemies coming from this direction. If we move here... Can we hit? We cannot. If we move here... Alright, go ahead and get down. They're wavering. Now these guys look...
Orders?
Hold on. Okay, they are in fact packing an RPG. These guys are wavering, so I kind of want to ignore them so that we can take out these guys instead. Alright, that'll pin them down. What's the truck gonna do? Oh no! Oh no! I didn't realize he had a machine gun as well. I thought it was... Oh. I didn't read, chat.
What?
I did not read...
Good. I didn't punch through.
Yeah, I can see that.
We must go bigger.
Clearly! My goodness! Excuse me? Where the fuck did you just come from?
Mine. Eyes open.
Alright, so things that need to happen.
Moving to cover.
We gotta get Darby here so we can take out this truck. As much as I hate to do it, she's probably gonna be the one that's going first next turn. I don't like having to use this laser on these guys because we're close to tech, but they are danger close and we need to do something about that. Or I could take a shot at these guys, but either way, we don't have great chances to hit regardless. You know what I could do? You give Reiwa a 16-inch naval gun and she'd still be complaining we didn't get her Yamato's 18s. I mean, you're not wrong. But I think that's just Reiwa. Yeah, I don't think... I feel like we're not gonna do a very good job on this guy. I mean, I don't particularly care about the... I don't particularly care about the counterattack. Yeah, I think we got lucky on the first one actually getting a hit. Okay, we got another truck coming in. Shit. Alright, yes. You're not gonna be able to do much, so just go ahead and fall back to cover so you're not getting lit up by machine guns. Okay. Excuse me, why can we not fucking shoot at this truck? Oh, fuck. It's minimum range. Okay. So we have a problem. We're within the minimum range of the PAL. Now, I could probably move here and then fire at this truck. Let me... Okay, yeah, so... If we just move here, then we're outside of the minimum range. So if we move here, that's going to be 36 points. Is this an armed vehicle? No. Okay, so it's just an infantry unit in the truck. The PAL is gonna be 60, so we gotta get up and move here. That's gonna cost us 36, but then I gotta crouch back down to fire, which is then gonna put us at 56, which doesn't leave us enough AP. We could use Reiwa, but the only problem is it feels like... it feels like we're not hitting for shit with this autocannon. And it does have a minimum range, so I have to fire from here. If I get closer, we're not going to be able to hit him. You can still hit one tile closer. Nah, cause see, we're diagonal. Oh, I see what you mean, like roll up here. But here's the problem though, when I was sitting here, she missed both of her shots, is the thing.
Okay.
Awaiting orders, Major.
Yes, I know, Darby, thank you. So people are saying use Darby because her suppressed weapon doesn't reveal her and currently we're not exposed. I'm okay with trying that. Maybe we can remove the armor enough that we can then fire with the autocannon and take out the truck. Or maybe we just take the shot at the truck, but I mean, we can try it. No armor penetration, though. How much armor damage are we doing with it? Armor damage is 13. I don't know, Chad. It doesn't feel like a great idea. Trust in the crowbar. Alright, Chad. Okay. Was not how I was expecting that to go, but I'm just gonna go ahead and... You know what? Not looking a gift horse in the mouth. Unfortunately, that's only one problem solved. We have this unit here that could potentially grenade Gabriel. We've got this unit here that's literally standing right next to Tech. So... things aren't necessarily as good as I'd like them to be. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of.
Our mission is in limbo.
That is what I was afraid of. And unfortunately, as we know, the crowbar is not great at close range, which is right where we are. But these guys have already taken their turn. So it might be better to focus on other enemies first. Like, if we can put some damage on these guys and hurt them before they dismount, that might be good. We could also potentially have Gabriel take shots at these guys and try to take them off the board. Because do they have AT grenades? No, but they do still have the workshopped RPG. So they're still a threat. The bigger threat is the new fresh truck. Yeah. What are you packing? What actually is that? I hate that zooming in doesn't make the icon bigger. Cause okay. Pirate veteran scavengers, I guess. So, not the best infantry that they have, but not the worst either. I think we go for these guys, because, again, the workshopped RPG could still be dangerous. Okay, that'll get them to flee at least. Oh, wonderful. Another truck. And that is a flamethrower team. Also, not ideal.
I am in small trouble.
Okay, I was hoping we'd get a little bit more penetration than that, but it's whatever. So you're gonna roll up, you're gonna see Darby. Or maybe not.
About time,
Okay,
man.
now they can see Darby. I mean, do we just spray and pray? I feel like we just spray and pray on the commandos and we're gonna take some return fire, but I don't like, we're not gonna be able to do anything to these guys. And we're sure as hell not gonna be able to do anything to these guys, at least not this turn. Flamethrower is higher priority. I mean, it might be, but the problem is at this range, we're not gonna do shit. Fuck it. Okay.
Good job.
Well, Tech is on his shit, because not only did we kill those guys, but we did it without any casualties. I will absolutely take that. And another truck.
They will be killed.
Things are starting to get a little bit out of hand. Are you fucking kidding me? What are you doing?
Reassess the situation, Major.
I have no idea what the plan was there, but whatever. Alright. So what are you guys packing? You got an EMP, you got Space AK, you got grenades. Alright.
Orders?
So I think the move is to take out these scavengers first, since they're sitting right on top of us and they could potentially frag grenade either Darby or Yaz. The flamethrower team, I think, is going to have to get a little bit closer before they're a threat. Hopefully.
Hostile eliminated.
Okay. That's one squad down. I'm almost afraid of what's going to happen next. Shit.
Они потеряны.
I don't like it. I don't like it. Yeah, Yez is completely fucked because he's pinned down. Unfortunately, they're not close enough, so maybe what we do then is we reverse with Reiwa 1 square. Take the machine gun on the flamethrower team before they have a chance to move up. I'm gonna... There we go. I know we couldn't see him, but I'm gonna make sure we finish the job. Okay, let's back you up 1. And then you can take a shot at these guys. Okay, outstanding.
All through God. About time, man.
Tech, I am feeling like you being here is not really doing us a whole lot of good, except you're being exposed and not giving us a whole lot of value in this position. So, I'm gonna move you up here. And I'm sure I'm gonna immediately regret that, but I'm gonna move you. We don't have visual on anybody. If I move here, we don't have enough AP to fire. So I think we just wait it out. Giving you spot him for the Vix. I mean, I guess that's fair, but We have this squad up here that I want to try to do something with. Alright.
Orders?
Let's see. Yes, you are currently pinned down. So I want you to get around the other side of this cover. Actually, no, yeah, because you can't do shit. So go ahead and get around the other side of this cover. Give you a little bit of protection from these guys. And they are moving.
What?
Okay.
Orders?
So now we move up Darby. And let's have Darby put some suppression on these guys.
They're
Okay.
suppressed.
Not as much damage as I was hoping for, but it at least disables their specialists, so that'll limit their options. Alright. Reiwa, go ahead and move forward just a little bit for me.
Oh yeah.
If I bring you around the corner, you don't have line of sight there. Do we? Chat, what's the button again to see if you've got line of sight to a spot? I forget. Isn't there a button for that? R? Well, no, because R just shows you where they can see you. Yeah, that's enemy line of sight. What I need to know is, if I move tech here, is he going to have line of sight on this squad? If they can see you, you can see them. I'm going to move here.
On it.
And we can hit them, so I'm going to take the shot. Again, if for no other reason than to just put a little more suppression on them.
I go last. This god is always first.
Don't currently see anything, so let's just blow up a fucking truck. Okay, we're on our last turn. So I'm just gonna blow up some vehicles. Because we should still get extra trade goods for that, if I'm not mistaken. God bless America.
I got a sister down.
Should have taken the Darby shot first. Should have taken the shot with Darby first.
Right.
And now somebody's probably gonna be dead because of it.
Let's get it.
Let's get it indeed.
Taking defense.
Aw, we can't shoot the truck? Wouldn't... Oh, minimum range. Derp. Excuse you? Tech, what the fuck was that,
Time to
man?
go. I am in small trouble.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm not good at video games.
Love it when a plan comes together.
Okay. Gonna go ahead and blow up the truck anyway. Just because, again, we can't take it with us. Rewa. Thank you. Destroy a heavy tank. Wait, what? That counted as a heavy tank? Okay. We did get a pirate truck. I got some grenades. We got a veteran scav suit. We'll have to look at that and see if it's actually worth the shit. Apparently, so vehicles getting repaired is apparently a good thing, considering that, I mean, our vehicles didn't need repairs before we took the mission, but because they got damaged in the mission to get the repairs, it's now good that we're getting the repairs, I guess. So, if we hadn't taken this mission, we wouldn't need the repairs, but it's good that we've got it. Let's see. Killed squatties. Little Willie and Digital Art. See, this is what happens. When I mention somebody on stream, that's when they die.